Hello and welcome to my channel, Ask Miss Melendez. I'm Miss Melendez, and here we get to talk about everything education, what's working, what's not working, and how can we imagine a future that's going to be more beneficial for our students, our children that are going through the education system today. So if you're interested in having more of these conversations, then keep on watching. Hello and welcome. Today I would like to talk about the importance of school, the relevance of school today, and more importantly, what are kids learning in school? So I actually think that this is a very interesting time in America because now parents are seeing firsthand what their kids are learning, how their teachers are instructing it, if they have the ability to work from home, stay home with their children while they are learning from home during this COVID time. And so I think a lot of parents are now asking themselves, what is my child learning and is this going to help them later on in their life? And so this is really what I wanted to talk about because I think that people have been questioning what students are being taught for many years. I know that there's been a lot of debates going around about the history books, for example, and how they're kind of like a one-sided whitewashed version of our history and doesn't really talk about all of the native culture and the roots that actually, a lot of people in this country have contributed to, what we have today. And how you have to do a lot of your own personal Google searching and your own other research to really find out what these things are, who these people are, and how they contributed, and how these people really look like a lot of our students and a lot of the diverse cultures that are in our schools. And so when we choose to leave certain information out, we have to ask ourselves why. And when we choose to teach certain subjects versus other ones, we have to also ask ourselves why. Why this over that? I know that a lot of you guys have a lot of memories from school and can think back about all of the unnecessary information that you probably still have in your head, like maybe the Pythagorean theorem or maybe PEMDAS. Well, PEMDAS is actually a little bit helpful, but with calculators on everyone's cell phone, really how much mental math are we doing nowadays? And not to say that that's not important, but when you get to kind of like the trigonometry, algebra 2, those types of maths, really what is the purpose of that unless you're going into higher learning within engineering or things that actually have to do with a higher level of math, I will say. So thinking about things like that, we have to ask ourselves, what is important for us to know as humans? And what is school preparing us for? I want you really to ask yourself this question. What is school preparing us for? Thinking about what you do on a daily basis, what you're learning, how has that prepared you for life as a human? And what have you thought back on your life and said to yourself, wow, I wish I would have learned this in school? So I would love for you guys to be able to drop that in the comments and let me know what are some things that you wish you would have learned in school and how that would have helped you out in your adult life. So drop those in the comments now. So I hope that a lot of you guys were able to drop your comments in, but I will kind of go on a whim and say that a lot of you guys wish that you had a lot of more life skills that were taught in school. Maybe how to cook, maybe how to balance a checkbook, how to take out a loan, how to finance anything like a car or a house or anything along those lines, how to communicate better, how to have better relationships, how to apologize, and how to maybe treat people like equals. And so these are all things that I think are missing in school. And when we really look into what are the things that are being taught, we have to ask, how is this preparing us for life? And how are what we're not teaching our students, how is that going to affect them later on in life? And thinking about who teaches these life skills, I should say. Usually it's parents or a good mentor if you have one. Otherwise, a lot of times you have to seek it out on your own, and you have to, maybe even take a class on communication skills and how to balance a checkbook and things like that, finances and all of these things that aren't taught in school, and you have to go on your own as an adult to figure it out. And if you don't go that route, then you're lost and you maybe don't know how to manage money, and you've maybe never owned anything that was of high value because you don't know how to balance a checkbook. And so things like this are the reason why it's hard for poorer communities and people with less advantages to be able to get out of poverty and work on building up a new stream of income, because they are stuck in this pattern of, I only see what's possible with what's around me. And so these are all the things that we get to really ask ourselves and say, are we helping our community, our poorest communities, really rise above a lot of the things that they're dealing with by not providing them the information that we know that they need to be able to survive and be successful in this world? So I want you guys to really ask yourselves, what are some of the ways that we can create more equality, more equity in the way that we're teaching, in the way that we're resourcing, and in the information that we're actually delivering to students, and the way that they're having us, or I should say the way that they're engaging with the material with us. Simply having them read something and then report back on it is not the best way to get the best information, nor is it the best way to think critically about what you're being taught. And so, lots of different ways that we can go about this. I don't have the answers, but I'm hoping to open up the floor to have these communications so that we can get some ideas flowing and figure out what are some great ways that we can maybe supplement our children's learning or provide other opportunities for them, or get these conversations had with the school leaders who really need to be able to start to figure out how to implement this, and at the school level, the district level, and so on. So thank you all for watching. Please, like I said before, engage in the comments so that we can start to build a community of other passionate people who want to learn and talk more about education, and who want to find a better solution for what is going on in our American education system. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm Miss Melendez, and you're watching Ask Miss Melendez. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope to see you again for my next video. Bye.